Hey guys, happy Thursday and welcome to the next edition of Carrots and Cake Instagram Live. And this is not a filter. I do have a full face of makeup on right now. I did a photo shoot with Lucy Wicker. She's my go-to photographer, and she hooked me up with hair and makeup this morning at Danielle Keefe Artistry. She's over in Scituate, and she did an amazing job. She did my hair, makeup. I have fake eyelashes on, and she actually sprayed my face with a foundation, like a legit paint spray. So it's on there today, but perfect day for Instagram Live, right? So anyways, wanted to thank you guys for all your awesome questions. I think this is probably the best week of questions I've got ever. And it's funny because I posted the request for questions in the morning, and I usually post it in the afternoon. So I don't know if the morning people are just a little more creative or no, I'm just kidding. But the questions were really good, and I have quite the list to get through, and I saved a bunch for next week too. But keep them coming as always. So today I'm gonna talk about whether or not I track cooking oils in my macros, autoimmune diseases and CrossFit, my opinion on that, staying motivated to work out during pregnancy. Somebody asked me if I got a nose job, and no, when would I have time to get a nose job? I mean, you guys see my face like every other day. So no nose job, whoever asked me about that. Do I track macros differently on workout days and rest days? And yeah, let's get right to it. So the first one is, do I track cooking oils in my macros? And one of my new clients actually asked this. And I don't. I don't know if that makes me like the worst macro coach ever or just realistic. But I mean, I'm not using a ton of oil when I cook. Like if I'm cooking like a piece of salmon or something in a pan, I'm just using like a little bit of cooking spray. And I mean, what is that for macros? Like, I don't even know, 0.5 of something, I don't even know. And then if I'm using cooking oil and like roasting veggies or something like that, I'm just drizzling it or spritzing it. I'm not really like loading it on. And then, you know, I'm cooking in the oven. Some of it probably cooks off. Some of it's probably on the silicone mat. And then I'm eating, I don't know, 4 to 6 servings on that. And I just feel like it's just like too difficult to figure out. But if I was like baking or something and I put, you know, coconut oil in or canola oil, like sure, I would definitely like add that into a recipe and track it that way, but I don't. I don't know, I'm just being real with you guys. Like tracking macros is important, and you know, getting close to those numbers is important, but I am not obsessed with like hitting the numbers all the time. So cooking oil, take it or leave it. I mean, if like I watch Mel cook his eggs every morning and he's putting like a ton of butter in every morning. So then if you're using like a ton of butter every single morning, you're like, yeah, sure, add in like a tablespoon of butter for your eggs or whatever. But again, it's hard to know because like some cooks off, some is left in the pan. Like you can always estimate. That's probably a long answer for whether or not I use or I track my macros for my cooking oils. On to question number 2. So my thoughts on autoimmune diseases and CrossFit. And this is such, still got the cough, such a good question. And looking back when I was really sick and doing a lot of CrossFit, I feel like I probably was not helping the situation because CrossFit can be really intense, and I used to take CrossFit way more seriously back then. And I would go all out and push myself to the red zone, and it was not helping my immune system. I'm pretty sure looking back on that. I mean, now like I'm a lot more low key with my workouts. I don't push myself as hard. So, I mean, I think CrossFit could be a good workout for somebody with an autoimmune disease because the workouts are pretty short. There's often rest built in. There's some days where you're just, you know, doing some strength training and doing like a short Metcon. So I think then it's probably fine. But like having an autoimmune disease, you do not want to stress out your body any more than it is. It's already attacking you and fighting against you. So I would say more low-key fitness would probably be better, but I think CrossFit could work. I think me running a marathon was super not smart, but live and learn. And at that point in my life, I don't even think I cared. I think I just needed something to distract me and make me feel better because I was so sick. I don't know. But yeah, looking back, probably not the best decisions. Now I think you could do it and not go all out and still be a fit person. Sorry, this is obviously not better at all. So the next question, staying motivated to work out during pregnancy. And so there were a few things going on when I was pregnant and working out. One was I had morning sickness for 41 weeks. So working out actually made me feel a little bit better. Like getting to the gym, I probably wasn't super pumped. But like once I was there and moving around and afterwards, that morning sickness kind of went away for a little bit. And also Mal went to the gym like every day. So like I would just go with him and I knew once I was there, I'd feel better. And then for a couple hours afterwards, like that gross feeling would go away for a little bit. But again, looking back, hindsight is 2020. I don't think I would have pushed myself as hard as I did then. I don't know, it's pregnant. I mean, you're pregnant. You're allowed to take rest days. You're allowed to sit on your butt. Like you're growing a human. And I think that goes for anybody. I mean, if you're working out, 5, 6, 7 days of the week and you're exhausted and you need a rest day and don't feel like working out, you should take off a day, like 100%. Sorry, this is so annoying. But yeah, if you're going all out and just pushing it so hard and you just are not super motivated the next day, rest day. And I mean, that's the way I approach it. If I'm not in the mood to work out, it's probably because I'm just tired. My body's tired, or maybe I hit it too hard the day before, 2 days before. So I think it's totally okay to take a rest day, especially if you're pregnant. And next question, do I track macros differently on rest days versus workout days? And I would say kinda, but again, it depends on the workout. If I'm doing like a really hard workout, it's like an hour long, I'm like running, Orange Theory, something like that, I'll probably have like a pretty good post-workout shake or maybe a meal right afterwards, but it will have like a good amount of carbs and protein. Sorry, this is so annoying. I feel like I'm more annoyed than you guys are. But I would definitely have some sort of post-workout nutrition. And then on non-workout days, I just kind of eat normally. And I was actually telling somebody this the other day, it might have been in a podcast, but if I do have a hard workout, I feel like that day I'm not like super hungry. Like I'll make sure I get something in right after the workout. But for the rest of the day, I'm not really changing anything, just eating like I normally do. But the next day, I'm usually pretty hungry and want some extra carbs. So I will eat like a little bit the next day. But that's just me, and I've kind of learned that over time. But for the most part, don't change it up too much, but I just try to get in that post-workout nutrition as soon as possible. And for me, it's like, say like 20-ish grams of protein, and then for carbs, anywhere from like 30 to 50. It just kind of depends on like the intensity of the workout and how long it was, and then what I have in my fridge, if it's like chocolate milk or a banana or whatever. So it just kind of depends what I have on hand. But again, that's not even like a hard, fast rule for me. It's just something I keep in mind. I've been doing those Atlas bars right after workouts, and they have, I should know, but they have a decent amount of protein and carbs in them, and they taste good, and they're just easy. So sometimes I'll just eat that and go on with my day. And, I actually did have one more question on my list. Somebody asked me about weight gain and steroids. And I'm not sure if steroids are the next option for this cough, but I figure I'd talk about that a little bit because I have been on them a few times over the years for flares and things like that. And I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of gaining weight when I go on steroids. It's not my favorite thing, but it's something I just kind of have to go with and like trust, because I feel like if you're on steroids, something is not good in your body. And I mean, you just have to kind of be patient and go with the flow, because like whatever your issue is more important than that weight gain, and the weight will come off after you get off the steroids. At least for me it has, but it's one of those things, like I'm not pumped about going on steroids when I do, but knock on wood, they've like always made me feel better, and they work and do the trick. And then yeah, if I gain like a little bit of weight, just kind of being patient and having it come off. So I don't know, I'm guessing that's next. Steroids suck, they're not fun. They like keep me up all night and everything. Anyway, so I am sweating in my kitchen. That's all I got for questions. But again, thank you guys for sending a bunch of awesome ones this week. They were fun to answer. And yeah, stay tuned for the next edition.